Hey guys, it's Logan with Copper Johns, and you're watching Logan's Corner. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Logan's Corner. I truly appreciate you being here. I know you hear me say that a lot, and I will probably start every episode with that because I want you guys to feel it. I want you guys to realize that I do appreciate you taking the time to watch these because, yes, a lot of time and effort does go into them. But at the same time, I want you guys to feel the authenticity behind it. A lot of you guys have interacted with me or Tyson on different YouTube live events or on social media or even in person, and I want you guys to see that we are the same guys, whether it's behind the screen or in person, and we truly care about you. So with that, I actually wanted to take a little bit of a sidestep. We're not talking about any beard care or men's grooming products today. We are talking about something that is near and dear to my heart, near and dear to Tyson's heart, and just embodies everything that has to do with Copper Johns, and that is mental health awareness. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I wanted to do my part to not only help end the stigma, but bring awareness to not just mental health in general, but men's mental health. While the stigma behind men's mental health is slowly dwindling, it is still far too prevalent. Some of you guys know some of the history behind my mental health, and I won't share the whole story here, but for context, when I was 27 years old, I was diagnosed bipolar, and it flipped my whole world upside down. While it was a little reassuring to finally have some answers to some very difficult questions that I had in my life, it was also a very hard pill to swallow, understanding that I had been dealing with this for years and years and years. Knowing what I know now about my own mental health struggles and thinking back at earlier points in my life, I realize now that I was about 20 years old when I had my first manic episode. I'm 34 years old today. It's been a 14-year journey up until this point, and I lived with that for about 7 years before I finally realized that there was something going on that wasn't okay. My point in sharing that is to highlight the fact that sometimes you don't realize something's not okay, or we're just too stubborn to admit it because society tells us men are tough, men aren't supposed to cry, just suck it up. That's not okay. That has to change. Life is so much better on the side of the fence where you understand what is going on inside your brain. Life is so much more fulfilling when you can be honest with yourself, when you can take care of yourself, not only for yourself, but those in your life that truly mean the most to you. Here at Copper Johns, we have a really good friend named Brian who has an amazing nonprofit organization that provides service dogs to veterans and first responders that suffer from PTSD. Brian's organization is called I've Got Your 622. I've got your 6 is a phrase signifying that I've got your back, and 22 is the number of veterans and first responders that are taking their lives every single day because of the things that they are struggling with silently. That has to end. We have to lower that number. And it's not just in veterans and first responders. It is in men and women and everyone alike. Now, we had the amazing opportunity at Copper Johns just last year to put on a charity beard competition with Brian and I Got Your 622, and we were able to raise enough funds to provide a service dog to somebody. That was a very emotional moment at the end of the night when we were able to announce that we had raised enough funds to provide a service dog to somebody who needed it. Now, my point in bringing up Brian and his organization, I've Got Your 622, is to not only highlight the amazing work that he's doing, but to also give credit to a phrase that I have adopted and I feel it in my core, which is, it is not weak to speak. I love that. It means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I had to meet Brian and create a friendship with him because I never knew what those words would mean to me. It is not weak to speak. I will say that till I'm blue in the face. That phrase has so much meaning and it is so powerful. Don't let this world, society, social media, anybody tell you that you need to be quiet. That sharing your struggles makes you weak. It does not. In my own personal opinion, and I know I can speak for Tyson too, it is a far greater show of strength to speak up when you are hurting. Now, looking back at the time period of my life when I received my diagnosis, I was lucky enough to have somebody in my life who spoke up for me, and that was my wife. Because I subscribed to that horrible way of thinking that society puts on you, that you're weak if you speak, and that's not true. So in honor of all of the love and tears and compassion and heartache and empathy that my wife put into me in that period of my life is the reason why I do what I do today, is the reason why I speak up today. Because a lot of the times it's a show of love or compassion that comes from the outside that finally sparks that fire in us to realize that we need help, that there are people who care about us, that this life is worth living and that you are valuable and you are unique. Now, I know a lot of this is easier said than done, but one of the biggest things that I ever did for myself once I finally realized what was going on was educate myself. Look into the facts. Look up the statistics. Now, while there are a lot of us out there that don't struggle with any of those things, that doesn't mean that just because you might experience one or two of those things, or even a handful, that you need to rush to the psychiatrist and get on some medication. But I do suggest you guys explore your feelings and your thoughts. Talk to those who are closest to you. If something feels off, ask. If something feels different, reach out for help. There is no shame in trying to better yourself or improve the quality of your life. I know I can speak for myself and for Tyson and anyone else here at Copper Johns that you are valuable, you are worthy, you are loved, you are important, and you deserve to be here. This life is to be enjoyed and not just endured. Take care of yourself. If you have any questions or you need help, please do not hesitate to reach out. Love you guys.